Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are checking out Dragon Raja ReRise RPG and their collaboration with the 7 Deadly Sins, bringing Meliodas and Elizabeth into the game. I absolutely love this collaboration. Now, before we get into it, I do have to give a massive shout out to Dragon Raja ReRise RPG for sponsoring this video, but we're going to break this one into a couple aspects. The first part is I want to jump into the game, show you guys the collaboration, the summoning system for it. I've jumped onto a fresh account on a test build to show you guys this one. Played it for probably about 6 hours to show you the kind of resources you can generate. So if you guys do want to jump into the game right now and play the collaboration, how many summons you can get in a very short amount of time to go ahead and pull on these characters for the collaboration. Then I also want to dive in, so those that want to actually use these characters and make teams around them, give you guys some team suggestions and show you them in combat in case you do want to go ahead and make them part of your main squad. So let's get into it first of all. Now, Dragon Raja ReRise, really nice game, released about maybe a week ago at the time of recording this, a week and a half maybe, and honestly, one of my most favored style of games. I like idle games, I like turn-based games. This one is in that idle and it's got the turn-based type aspect. We'll go through a combat in a second, but the game design is really damn nice. And can I just say, the music, which I'll be using in the background, now this recording you're seeing is actually off of my phone. I thought I'd mirror it off of my phone for some of this to show you guys how it looks like playing on the phone. But the backing track to this game is absolutely amazing. Now, I believe it's Ivory Tower, and it's Hiroyuki Sawano. I probably butcher those names, but the signature music producer for the 7 Deadly Sins, and like I said, the backing track in this one is absolutely amazing. And sorry for my pronunciation of everything, I'm quite useless. But that was the first thing I noticed when I jumped into the game, because I had my headphones in when I installed it. And normally I play games on silent unless I'm playing them on PC. And when I installed this game on my phone, I had my headphones still in and the music came on. I'm like, wow, this is an actual banger backing track. So massive props to the sound team in that and the backing track. It's absolutely amazing. But let's jump in and take a look at this collaboration first of all. So this account I've just created about 6 hours ago. It did tick over into a daily reset. You can see I'm only on main story 9-8, but what you can take a note of is the premium currency that I've already generated at the top here is at 7,813. Now, if we go in and we jump into this event, there is a bunch of stuff tied into the event, but the first thing we're going to go to is the gacha for the event, because this is one of the more important aspects of the game. So you will have a different one for both Meliodas and Elizabeth. Now, if we come over here, you can see Diamond Pack for 250 gems of the premium currency, which once again, in not much time, I've generated almost 8,000. You can buy up to 40 pulls. So you can buy 40 pulls at 250 per for Meliodas banner and also for the Elizabeth banner. Now, if you want to get more, you can definitely get more through the different packs and stuff like that. We also have this pass with, which this is the one thing with the build that I'm on. It did unlock a few days early. I'm not too sure exactly why that is, but across the 7 days, you will get an extra 7 pulls. And then the other thing that we do have is if you miss out through that, we can always go back, and if I can move that, we can always go back over here into the Boar Hat where we have event currency that you can get to go ahead and pick yourself up a copy of Meliodas or Elizabeth, or you can pick up dupes on one that you really want to invest in more if you're looking towards, like, you know, really building one of them up. And we'll talk about their playstyles and stuff in a sec. We have this event sort of boss type thing that you can battle through different stages, and as you progress, it's just behind my head. You guys can just see it. You're going to get a ton of those points to go ahead and exchange over there. So if you're playing actively, you will be able to get these characters for free. Just how many copies of them can you get is going to be where you're limited on. Now, there is also a story mode here, which gives you a bunch of the currency as well, because if we go over here into the Boar Hat, you can see I'm already sitting at 2,100. It only costs 6,000 to get one. That's because we do have the little storyline that's going to give you those extra bits and pieces, and there are some extra packs over here that you can go ahead and pick up. But let's go over into the gacha. Let's pick up these pulls and let's do some pulls for Meliodas and Elizabeth. And then once again, we'll jump in, might jump on a bit more of a boosted test build and show you guys some more team comps and stuff that you can use with these guys. So let's go ahead here. If we go here, you can see recruit times 40 guarantees an SSR, and then Meliodas is guaranteed within 2. You can get it early. I have played a couple accounts up on this test build, just testing it out, and I did get Meliodas and Elizabeth early on on 2 different ones. So let's see how we go. Let's go over here. Let's go pick up these bad boys. Let's go max how many we can buy. You know what? Let's not do max. Let's do it in blocks of 10. I believe I've already got 5. So let's do it in blocks of 10 so that if we get Melly, we can then go for Elizabeth. Does that put me up to 10? Oh, it puts me up to 9. Let's grab one more. Yep, buy that. All right, let's do a 10 pull first up. Now, once again, this is on my phone, so unfortunately I can't record all the summoning sounds because it doesn't work like that in the mirroring, but let's go ahead and pop it in. See how we go. Boom. Here we go. Now we want it to open up the gates. We want to see some golds. Gold would be fantastic. No, just purple. Okay, there we go. That's that one. You know what? I think as Melly is the man, I think we just go all in on Melly. Now let's do 10. Let's do 10. Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away. Let's go. Boom. Come on. Let's go. Get some Melly action. Please, Melly. You can do it, Melly. I don't think that was it. See, wait a sec. Nope. Okay, let's go again. Let's go here. Boom. Yeah, let's just max this bad boy out. Let's go. Boom. Job done. 10. Let's go. Come on, Melly. Come home. Come on, Melly. Early. Please. No, no, we're 10 away and I don't have enough to get there. Damn. No, we're cooked. We are cooked. You know what? We do have 5. Let's pop these singles. Let's just do the quick skips. Let's see if we can get it. Boom. Nope. Nope. Nope, we're hitting plenty of SRs. No. Melly, come home. Okay, guys, I wasn't going to let that stand. We weren't going to go this without hitting the SSR, so I've gone out. I've grinded a bit more, got myself up to this, climbed the arena ladders. It's a good way to get some extra points. But now we are going to buy, I believe we need 5 more. That's all we can buy. I believe I earned enough. I believe I've earned the 5. We can come in here and we can pop our 5 singles, and we are going to get an SSR. Will it be Melly though? Will we win the 50-50? I am typically pretty much a loser in most games in 50-50s, but let's see how we go. So it is next pull. All right, it's this one. It's this one. Let's play through. Let's play through. Boom. Okay, here it comes. The Melly is coming. The Melly is coming. Don't be fooled. The Melly is coming. Please be the Melly. Here it is. There it is. You beauty. Nailed it. Get yourself the dragon suit himself, Meliodas, coming to town. There we go. That is how easy it is, boys. You just got to grind those gems. Well, once again, being able to hit pity on an event battle like this, like or at least your soft pity, your first 40 in. I want to say that was 6 to 8 hours of loose play because I had my son's footy training and everything. It's honestly not too bad in terms of the free-to-play resource if you want to just get into the game and collect these characters. So that is fantastic. Once again, you can still get them from the events shop as well. So now I've already got Melly, so I could go for dupes. I could go for the Lost Calamity, Lost Vein as I like to call it from the show, or we could go ahead and get ourselves Elizabeth. I personally would probably just pick up the Elizabeth, so I've got the collection of the characters in the game, so that I can always look back on them on the account. But that is what we are looking at over there. That is the event. Now we're going to jump in and we're going to take a look at the characters themselves, what they do, and some team ideas or, you know, different synergies that you could pair with them. Okay, so let's kick it off with a Meliodas. Now, Meliodas, I love the way they've designed this guy. He has the full counter being the absolute magic that he brings. So when we look to him, his basic attack is just going to deal some damage, give himself mana surge, which is going to increase his final damage. Cool beans. But the big thing is this full counter. So I love the thematics of this one. Deals 104% physical damage to all enemies with bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's lost HP, max 20% of the caster's max HP. Gains full counter for 2 rounds. This is the juice. So when hit by an enemy skill, negates 35% damage and counterattacks for 75% physical damage. Each enemy can trigger 1 time per effect duration. Mirrors won't trigger. So this is where he gets to deal some nice AoE damage, but then he's going to be triggering his counterattacks. Now, it is going to be finicky on his team, because if you want him to get reliable counterattacks, you want him to have him in the front row, but he's not really built as a tank. He does mitigate some of that damage with it, but you want to have some good sustains. You could run some triple support teams and stuff with it, but we will look at some team compositions. But once again, Meliodas, that is his bread and butter. It is the full counter that he is bringing, which is so thematically fantastic. I love it. And so that is what we have. So Meliodas, once again, an attack-based character who is going to cheese around with that AoE ultimate, but then also having the counterattacks that come in with the full counter. And then we have Elizabeth, who is the supporter character of the pair. Now, she's going to be a great generalized support, great at healing your team, keeping them alive and reviving them. Great with Meliodas as well. Her basic attack is very simple, heals the ally with the lowest health by 100% of her attack and removes 1 debuff. Single debuff cleanse is really nice on the basic. And then we have Mega Healing Magic. Now this one removes 1 debuff from all allies. So number 1, it's a cleanse, only 1 debuff, but still a cleanse. Revives 2 fallen units. So it's a cleanse and a revive, then heals all allies. So it's a cleanse, revive, and heal, and then grants Saintess protection for 2 rounds. Now, what is Saintess protection? It is the hold against plus 20% final damage, increase, and reduction. So essentially, she has a cleanse, a revive, a heal, a damage amplification, and a damage mitigation, all in the 1 skill. So just a great general support character, and she's going to do a great job at just keeping your team alive, and if someone does drop, she's going to bring them right back. And now let's take a look at some team options. Now, I didn't want to get too cute with this one. When there is good resources out there in the community, I feel like you just go ahead and use those good resources. So hideout guides, I'll leave this one also linked in the description if you guys want to come out here and check it out. Massive shout out to Dag, who helped me with some of the preparation in this video and stuff like that, in terms of the characters and what to expect. But in this one, we basically got some general lineups that you can look to using some generally strong characters across the board. Now, this first team utilizes, once again, Elizabeth and Meliodas. We are using a double DPS. We're using Eri as a second DPS alongside Meliodas. And then we're using, obviously, Elizabeth and Ming as our support characters. And then we've got Norton as the tank. Now, with this in general, I feel like this is the general team structure that you can use with them. If you have Meliodas and Elizabeth, you can run 1 extra DPS with them along with a tank and another support, or you can look to something like this over here where we're running the tank with the Norton, and then we're running Meliodas with 3 support characters. And as you can see here in this one, Nono's co-attack amplifies Meliodas, so Nono there. Elizabeth and Ming provide sustain, and Norton tanks the front line. So I feel like this is like the general idea that you can look to. And once again, we have some different options down here as well. But if you are missing characters and you don't have all the characters that are listed here, you can definitely sub in, a different tank for your tanks, different supports to help you out. But in general, what you want to be doing is you want to be tanking, surviving, and dealing damage. There's multiple ways you can do it. Once again, this one focuses more on Meliodas as the sole DPS, but if you have another really strong DPS built, you can definitely throw them in with Meliodas and Elizabeth as well. And once again, Elizabeth is just such a good generalized support champion that she does a great job of keeping your team alive, mitigating damage, and also helping amplify that damage as well. So those are some options you guys can look to. Once again, just follow the general structure and you should be pretty good. As long as you've got someone to soak up the damage, someone to repair it, and then someone to deal the damage, it's going to be a good generalized team formation that you can get through your early game progression with, because we don't expect you to have every character in the first day of play, but I do expect you to have Meliodas or Elizabeth. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Once again, a massive shout out goes to Dragon Raja ReRise RPG for sponsoring this video, and a really sick collab with the 7 Deadly Sins, bringing Meliodas and Elizabeth into the game.